there, I'm Jeanette, stampingwithsafiandme.com, and today's project is this one. It's some Christmas gift tags in a box, and it's got this lovely cute little belly band that when you slide it off inside the box, and you've got 4 more beautiful contemporary gift tags. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Now the stamp set, I'll just put that to one side. The stamp set that we're using today is the absolutely beautiful Christmas quilt stamp set, and we're going to be using this beautiful little piece to stamp on our gift tags. And the other things we're going to be using is the quilt builder framelets that actually match the stamp set for the beautiful flower design that's on the front. We're going to use the stitched shape framelets and also my favourite layering squares framelets. One little tip that I have for you, when I'm actually using my Big Shot and I have quite a few of the dies around, I actually have one of these little magnetic sheets. I am always losing. I spend so much time trying to find my dies when I have quite a few of them out. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to have to think of something. So I use this, that when I'm cutting and I finish cutting, I just pop them on here and I don't lose them. So I'm always losing things. Right, so that's what we're going to be using today. I have got them cut out already. It just saves that a little bit of time. So the bits and pieces we're going to be using, if I pop that there, you can have a look at that one. We've got this stitched framelets, and that one measures, I do have a note of it, it's 1 3/16, but it's the smallest one anyway, so that's that one that we want to cut out. You want to make, I've made 5 because you've got 4 gift tags and you need 1 for the front, so you would need to make 5 of these. I'm just going to go through one with you. And we've got the smallest scallop. Now that just measures, when it's cut out, that measures 3/4 of an inch. And then we've got the other silver scallop which layers on, which is this one when it's cut out, and that measures 1 1/4 inch. Now when you're cutting out this beautiful flower, when you line it on, you want to use that like that, and then you want to place your flower just in the middle, if you can see that, and just make sure when you're placing it on your Big Shot, the magnetic platform is brilliant for this. When you're placing it on, just make sure that you, as much as possible, that you've got this even around, because when you pull it out, it actually, when you cut it out, it actually looks like that. Okay, so those are the bits and pieces that we're going to be using to actually build up the beautiful centerpiece there. Put that to one side. And then the other bits and pieces we're going to need for the belly band, this measures, have a look, 2 inches by 9 3/4 inches. You need that. You're going to need your gift tags, and these both measure 2 inches by 4 1/8. And there's a reason they measure that. Now the box itself is, for the box, it's 7 3/4 inches by 8 1/4. And this, you can actually get your 4 gift tags and your box out of 1 piece of card. So you've got your A4 piece of card. What you want to do is cut 2 strips off it at 2 inches, then in half again. And that gives you 4 gift tags. That's why this box is the size it is, because it uses the remainder of the piece. You will need another piece of cardstock to do your belly band, and you can do a few extra gift tags as well, but you also need the scraps as well to cut out your stitched framelets there and your flower. So let's just get on and finish the gift tag, and then we can do the box. Okay, so you will need, such a lovely little project this, you will need, in fact I'll use that as well, your scallop gift tag topper, and you just want to pop that in and punch. Do the same with the green one, and then the same for the belly band as well. So in fact, we'll do that a little bit later. I think we need to do our scoring first, so I'll have to come back to that. I'll just put that to one side. We'll do the gift tag first. Now, what I always like to do as well is round off my corners. And I do this by using my envelope punch board. I know you've seen me do this quite a few times, but for me, it just finishes it off. So I always like to do that. Okay. Get that out of the way. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some heat embossing. I just think for these luxury gift tags, it just gives that extra little bit of luxury. So that's what we're doing today. Let me grab a spongy board and also my embossing buddy. I'm going to need, this just takes any fingerprint grease off, so we don't want that. We just want a beautiful clear stamp. This in here is clear embossing powder. Now, when you order this from Stampin' Up, it actually comes in a tiny little pot. But honestly, it is so much easier to use if you empty it out into a Tupperware. There's less mess, less spillage, just a lot easier to use. So that is why mine's in there. We're going to need our stamp, which I've actually mounted. That says peace. We are also going to need some Versamark. I do a lot of embossing with clear embossing powder. That's why this isn't as clean as it probably should be, but it's fine, it works. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure, let me do this on screen for you, make sure that we get plenty of Versamark onto the stamp. Put that to one side, and then bring in your colour, which I'm using Garden Green, just to match. Make sure you get it covered. You can see that it is covered. And then we're just going to stamp right at the bottom of the label, of the tag. And that's lovely. Now, before it dries, you want to get your clear embossing powder on. If you leave it too long, then it's already dried. This isn't going to stick to it. So there we go. That's done. Let's put that out of the way. I'll just put the lid on because I'm always thinking I am going to knock it over and it's going to go everywhere. Then what you also need is a heat tool, and what I tend to do is just warm it up a little bit before I start heat embossing. Okay, so and I tend to do the opposite side as well, just to heat the back of it so it stays in shape. Can you see that? That is so beautiful. It comes up this beautiful glossy shiny effect. Really nice. That's done. Really is nice. Just put my lids back on my Versamark and my ink pad. And now we can just start layering up. So this is really simple to do. I'll just bring that one in. Start off, I always just use dimensionals. Put a couple on, I think. And then just place this in the centre. So you're looking at the sides, the piece, and the this bit here, this the hole to obviously put your ribbon through. So I try and centre, looking at all 4 sides, and pop it in there, and then another dimensional, and then we're just layering it up. Just one on the back of there as well. Putting that in the centre. And then for this, I'm just going to use a glue dot. Then pop that in the centre like that, and then to finish it off, rhinestone looks rather nice. I haven't got those out actually. And my rhinestones. I think we'll go for this size. This paper pierce has so many uses other than paper piercing. It wouldn't be without mine. Right, okay. So on this one I use the beautiful grey gingham. It's so beautiful. But for this one I've also got some gorgeous ribbon. And I've just received it actually. And it is the metal edge ribbon. It is gorgeous. And then I'm going to coordinate it. Instead of using the sheer white, I'm actually going to use this one, and this one is the silver 1/8 of an inch ribbon as well. So I'm just going to cut a length of that. Grab my scissors. Length of that. Also a length of that. You don't need that much. And just thread that through there. And then as usual, I always use a peg just to keep that in place. I always do my bows upside down because then they turn out the right way. I'm not sure if anybody else does it like that, but it always works for me. So let's just hope it works this time as well. It's quite funny actually, because I did actually film this last week for you. I was in quite a bit of a rush because I had my mum and dad coming round as well, and in the middle of filming my phone rang. Lesson learnt. I've now got it in airplane mode, so if it does ring, it's not going to bother me. So it was a bit of a disaster, so I do apologise, but I'm going to bring you two videos this week. So what you want to do is just pull it, straighten it up, you can see your bow is the right way around. Gorgeous, this ribbon. I've only just received it, and perfect for Christmas. I'll just trim those off. And then beautiful. Such a gorgeous, and that really does look beautiful. So that's your gift tag made. Now I have done a few more earlier. So I've got my four gift tags, so we're now going to make the box to put them in. Now the fifth one, you will need a fifth one, but you don't need, because your belly band is going to be part of the box, so you don't actually need the green bit to go on there. Okay, so let me just put those to one side and bring in my card to make the box. And I also need my scoreboard. Okay, so let me just grab my notes here so I know what I'm scoring. So we want to score on the short side. There is one side that is slightly shorter than the other, and that's that one. So we want to score on the short side I hope you can see that, 5/8 of an inch. And 1 1/4 inches. And then I just simply turn it around and repeat that. So 5/8 of an inch and 1 1/4 inches. And then on the long side, we're going to score it at 3 1/2 and 4 3/4. That's it. And then we're going to score, before we put it away, we're just going to score the belly band as well, which is scored at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. And I'm not too sure, did I give you the measurements of the belly band? I'm not sure if I did. This actually measures 2 inches by 9 3/4 inches, and the box actually measures 7 3/4 by 8 1/4 inch. So you just want to burnish your score lines as per usual. Again, don't bother burnishing that one. That's just to make sure that we get this, just that, so we can just pinch in at the top. That's all that's there for, so we don't need to do that one. That's those burnished. I want my scallop punch again, so we just want to do the, that fits in, get it to fit in. Tie a little bit tight, that's fine. And you want to do both ends. Now for the box, we just need to cut up the centre there and wedge out a little bit as well. It just helps the box to go together a bit better. Wedge that out. This will make a lovely gift. In fact, I gave some to my mum for her birthday. She absolutely loved them. I did them in rich raspberry, and I haven't got a picture of them. I forgot to take one, but they came out really beautifully. So next thing we need, I'm going to use tear tape, I think. You could use Tombow for this as well. And it's going to go, you can see how it's going to go. I always like my little tags in the middle so you can't see them. So that one's going to go inside and that one's going to go like that. and that's how you're going to put it together. Now you can either use tear tape or you can use Tombow for this. It's entirely up to you, but I think for speed I'm going to use tear tape. With Tombow you just have to wait a couple of minutes for it to dry, but I probably would use Tombow actually. But this works. A little bit on both sides. Match that. And I do have a little pair of scissors that I just keep for just using anything really sticky. As you can see, they're really stuck up there, but it saves my good scissors, my snips. So bone folder. I always find if you burnish those, then they come off really quickly. I've no problem taking the sticky strip off, and then just any little bits like that, just fold them in and just stick on themselves. Right. So this is where Tombow is better, because you can give you time if you haven't got it quite in the right place to move it. You don't get that with sticky strip. Once it's stuck, it is stuck. You can also use fast fuse actually for this, but I just find the sticky strip just secures it that tiny little better, especially on cardstock. If it was the designer series paper, I'd certainly use fast fuse, but this just gives it the extra strength, I think. Just tear that off. It's called tear tape. You don't have to cut it. I think it's at this point I got to last week when my phone started ringing, so nearly got to the end. Totally put me off. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to film it again. I don't normally film things again. I just like you to see me crafting as I craft, and this is the way I do it. Just tear that bit off. It's a little bit too long. Okay. Again, let's just give those a burnish down. Okay, again, I'm just going to fold that in like that, and then I'm just going to make sure you can see that the top is lined there. And again with this one, got a little bit sticking out there, fold it back in. Not easy to do this when you're just trying to avoid the camera. There we go, that's fine, is that? That's great. And then I can just burnish these sides down. And then, as I said, all you want to do is pinch. Just pinch in the sides like that. You don't need to go all the way down. And there's your box. Okay, let's pop these inside. that. Probably fit a couple more in actually, but... And then that will go on there, and that goes on there. We just need to tie it on. We're practically finished. Right, a bit more of this. Length of a ribbon to tie the bow. Now you will definitely need to use a peg to hold it all together for this bit. Where's it gone? Here we go. Thread that through. Got that the right way around, so I'm just going to trim that bit off. I like my two ends to be the same. Upside down. Oh, I hope this video is not too long. It's the reason why I cut everything out, actually. It's just to avoid the video being too long. Take that off. I'll tighten it up in a minute. We'll just get this bow tied. Turn it back round. Apply that to tighten it. Oh, that's not very good actually, is it? Let me just do that again. I'll get it a bit better than that. Ah, that's better. Perfect. Cut that bit off. And then cut that at an angle as well. And there. Actually, it's probably a little bit too long, isn't it? There you have it. Beautiful. And also, this would look beautiful if you wanted to write your little message in those really lovely silver pens. It would really show up beautifully on the garden green. But obviously this just belly band just slides off, so it becomes a gift box as well. So I do like things with a dual purpose. So I hope you like that project. Certainly going to be my tags for Christmas this year. I might do some fun ones actually for the kids as well. I've got a gorgeous stamp set that I'm going to use for that, so that might become another project. So I do hope you enjoyed that. I hope the video isn't too long, and if you would like to purchase any of the products I have used today, I'm going to list them all over on my blog, stampingwithsafiandme.com. Just click the shop now button, and if you do like my video, do like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'm always happy to help. Thank you very much. Bye bye.